Boom, 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 boom.
All right.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Jaws fans. How is everybody out there? Hope you guys got our little messages here the last couple days. Um, Live on my page today. So, if anything, I made a lot of extra friends this week, Mike. Let me tell you. My credibility's gone up quite a few points.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, no complaints.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to be popular.
It is, right? It is very good to be popular. All right. So we got a couple people. See if my comments are working tonight. They were not working the other night. No, I'm not seeing comments. Okay, we're going to have to kind of bounce back and forth here. Good evening, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great night. We got a handful of people hopping on already. Hey, thanks for following up and carrying through with that message that we sent out the last couple of days. I apologize for any inconvenience. Um, Unfortunately, Facebook decided on April 22nd that they were going to stop the use of any third-party streaming apps, which I put a hurting on a lot of people. So it's a temporary band-aid. Have you guys up on my page because I was able to kind of squeeze through, but won't let us broadcast onto any groups. So that's why we're here. So thanks for clocking in. Thanks for hanging out with us here, guys. Hoping we can kind of get something resolved with that. We'll see what happens. I know that StreamYard, who we use, I talked to them quite a few times, and they said they are trying to kind of resolve the situation with Facebook. So we'll see what happens. I will keep you guys posted if things change or if we start to maybe go in a little bit of a different direction. Know that you'll always be able to come here, or I shouldn't say here, I should say on Jaws 50 and or Let's Talk Jaws Live and get updates, information, whether we end up going a little bit of a different source. I will always at least have links up, give you guys information. And if you're not sure, just shoot one of us a question. That's all you got to do. Uh, really appreciate you guys coming on. Value having the input from you guys, and just love hanging out with you. So just let us know. All right.
Definitely.
Okay.
Got people
Yeah.
popping on. Victor's here. Mark's here. Crystal McGinn is here.
All right, Crystal. Nice to hear from
From
you. Vic,
Scotland.
Mark's on. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I had quite a few people send me friend requests this week. So
It's good.
hoping we get a good crowd. So far, we're looking pretty good. So this evening, we have a guest coming on very shortly, and I'm not going to say a whole lot, but we know it has to do with these guys right here. And these guys, it seems like they're becoming less and less elusive. It seems like more and more people are getting their hands on them. I know Mike and myself have got on them. I was up on the Cape a handful of weeks ago, and this was like my number one priority. Hopped on, got up there in the Falmouth, grabbed a bunch of these guys, sent a couple tickets out for some friends, and they seem to be popping up. So, Mike, you said you got some from family member as well?
Yes. Well, my friend Ben in Massachusetts also sent me one of these, but then Indiana is doing a similar game, scratch off Jaws themed. So I got some tickets from that. My niece's parents live in Indiana, and they were coming to Kansas City. So what
And
better
that's
way? What better way to bring the tickets to me than have them hand delivered?
right. Yeah. And interesting that of all states, Indiana. Yeah, you would
Yeah,
think coastal state.
the most
Florida,
most
the
landlocked
Carolinas, New
state,
Jersey.
most landlocked state. Yeah, but
I don't know. Maybe gray whites swim in the cornfields out there. I have no idea. Interesting enough, Jamie Sanders sent me uh, a ticket, and I have to read through it a little better I don't know how old it is. It's from Canada. It's a Jaws type lottery ticket, but it's just a once and done. It's not set up like these. But I thought that was pretty cool because suddenly I feel like they're coming out of the woodworks. We're starting to see all these popping up everywhere. So pretty cool stuff. Yeah, a couple more people hitting in. Hey guys, we're trying to monitor people's comments here tonight. I can't see the comments as I normally can for whatever reason on the show. I believe that is blocked as well. So we're going to kind of be hopping back and forth. Mike's going to be checking. I'm going to be checking as well to kind of see the comments popping up. However, sometimes they tend to lag on the feed a little bit. So I do apologize. Please be a little patient with us, and we will try and get these things going. All right. Okay. All right. Well, perhaps while we're waiting, maybe we'll pull up a couple things to kind of I wanted to hit on and talk about this evening. Maybe before I was either thinking of before we get started or after we get started. And number one, that is that coming up in just a couple days, May 2nd, 1974, is going to be the official 50th anniversary. Now, not the anniversary of the movie release, but the anniversary of the shooting of the film. How about that, Mike?
I can't believe it. It's just like, wow, it's here already. Yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, and good friend of ours, Donna, was kind enough to hop on and send me a little voicemail, a message this evening, kind of reminded me of this. So I wanted to pull a quick visual up there. So, officially, 50th has started. I kind of think of it starts now and runs through the following summer, as far as I'm concerned. I think we'll be celebrating from now until then. So
the year of Jaws begins.
Exactly. Hey, I believe I got somebody knocking on the door here, Mike. So let me let him in. Christian,
Wow.
good evening.
Good evening.
Look at that background.
Wow, looking pretty good. All right.
Got to get in the spirit. Got to get in the mood, right? Get the whole atmosphere going here. Everything Jaws here all the time now at the Mass Lottery.
That's awesome. We absolutely love it. First of all, you guys at home, this is Christian Teja. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Close. Teja. Close enough.
Teja. Okay. Christian Teja is our special guest tonight from the Mass Lottery in Massachusetts. He's going to be joining us and talking to us and hopefully informing us a little bit about the Jaws lottery tickets. So welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out, spending some time with us tonight, Christian. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Nate. Thanks, Michael. Great to be on the show. Well, we'll put our differences aside. I'm here in New England. You guys are out in Kansas City. Obvious differences on the football field, but we can all unite on Jaws.
This is true.
I'm my nephew is a trainer for the Chiefs. So next time we're on, I'll have him hold up his 3 rings from your Bill Belichick less, Tom Brady less Patriots.
Well, if you took away this background behind me, you'd see various Patriots newspaper headlines and so forth.
Well, good. Well, I grew up in Tampa, so when Tom, I'm glad that Tom Brady stopped cheating when he went to Tampa, and won them a Super Bowl. So,
I have no one in the game here. I grew up about 45 minutes outside of Philadelphia, so I'm just going to sit back and keep my mouth shut.
Well, you beat us in the Super Bowl, but lost to Michael.
Yeah,
this is true, and we lost to the Saints way a long time ago. The only other time, yeah, was that 1980, I believe. Yeah, was not a good game.
Raiders.
I'm sorry, it was the Raiders. It wasn't the Saints.
Black
you are right.
Black and gold, similar. But I'm sure people want to talk about Jaws, right?
That's what we're here to do. That's exactly right. Yeah. So, could you give us a little bit of background? So, what kind of spurred or brought on this whole idea of Jaws themed lottery tickets in the first place?
Yeah, so there's any number of theme tickets that you'll see at lotteries throughout the country. There's been My Lottery Dream Home, kind of an obvious one, but I believe there's some Game of Thrones out there. There's Willy Wonka, James Bond, Wheel of Fortune, so many different what they call licensed properties. And a lot of them have great, attractive prizes where you go to Las Vegas frequently to do some sort of a grand prize at the end of the game, a second chance drawing. And we've participated in some of those games, as well as with our sports teams that we talked about in the past. That's probably maybe the closest things where we've done things with each of the major sports teams in the Boston area, where people get special access to tickets. For the Patriots, there's trips to see the Patriots play in Miami every year for 10 years. But when the Jaws concept was floated, pun not intended really, but when the Jaws concept was floated, it was just like, this is Massachusetts. This is us. I mean, we have to take ownership of this. We have to be the first. So we were indeed the first lottery in the country to offer a scratch ticket, Jaws themed scratch ticket. And to differentiate, we really wanted to make this stand out, and we wanted to do a local trip, local second chance drawing prize that would just be once in a lifetime. The trip for two to Martha's Vineyard in 2025, the year of the 50th anniversary. So we just went for the sky's the limit. We have to make this happen. Really, probably at least 2 years in the making. So the way it works in the lottery industry is that there's kind of three main producers of scratch tickets that work with all the lotteries across the country. And they kind of, different ones have different licenses for different properties. And so this one particular one had it through Universal, and a lot of back and forth in doing this, but it's kind of the instant ticket vendor that really worked. They specialize in these types of experiential trips and experiential prizes. So we kind of guided them, but they went for the top notch. I don't know if either of you have had the chance to be out in Martha's Vineyard, but the Harbor View Hotel is as good as it gets. It just underwent a major renovation a few years ago. So the guests are getting absolute first class accommodations and all the other parts of the trip, Jaws themed events, and then the chance to win $1 million while there. One of the 30 trip winners is going to go home with $1 million in addition to the prize that they win to just have that once in a lifetime trip. So let you ask some more questions, but that's kind of the nutshell of the process and how it came to be.
Okay. I'm always curious, the lottery, do you have to, now I think you said you printed 8 million tickets. So that's $80 million technically. Now, do you have to give away the same $80 million? Or, I mean, what is the breakdown of what you win as opposed to what you bring in?
Yeah, for scratch tickets, it's a range depending on the price point. But the blended average is usually about 77% that goes back to players in the form of prize money. I'm looking it up right now to see what the exact figure is for the Jaws ticket. It's probably right around that 77%. It's a $10 ticket. Actually, the prize payout is higher. It's a 80%. So for every $100 spent, $80
goes back.
Is going back in the form of prizes. Now that includes the second chance prizes as well. That's built into the payout percentage.
Because I think I told you when we spoke on the phone, you're probably going to make lots of money, because unless you put out a notice that all the tickets have been sold and you're still looking for $1 million winner, I'm not scratching mine. And a lot of people I know that have them aren't scratching theirs. So this could be like the best promotion ever.
It is pretty interesting to hear the fact that people wouldn't scratch. I mean, I've seen it obviously when the kind of the figurines and the toy market, or Star Wars figures, or the starting lineup like the sports figures, the unopened packages. But those, what's underneath it. Yeah. This you don't. There is, for people, if you want to do it kind of in between, if you kind of scratch the code where it says scratch to cash at the bottom, and you just want to reveal a little bit there. But people in Massachusetts, that's where you scan to see if the tickets are winners.
Okay.
But yeah.
So that's what then we're
starting lineups have not kept their value. I've got like 5 cases of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're worth like $4 each now. Got a lot of Nomars though, if you want one.
I have one. I have the Doug Flutie one. I'm a Boston College alum and obviously a Boston fan. So we'll get the Doug Flutie Boston College Heisman Trophy one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I guess it would seem strange, but in the Jaws communities, which obviously this is where we are right now, these are more or less almost becoming like an instant. I guess you want to say a collector's item, namely because they're only available in the state of Massachusetts. And in large, I mean, we've got people on here. We've got someone from Australia. We've got people on here from England, from Ireland, Brazil. So many different areas. Canada. I've got a couple of diehards on here from Canada. Victor's on tonight, I'm sure. And we have, Donna, who's from Martha's Vineyard, and outside of the state, you can't get your hands on these. I was just up. I visited the Cape over Easter break and then shot out to Martha's Vineyard for a day to visit a good friend of ours out there. And so I got into, I think Falmouth was the first town I stopped. And so started walking around town and made, a point to try and track these guys down so I could, not only for myself, but also to send out to some friends. And a lot of them are saying the same thing. They're like, not really going to scratch it off. So we're kind of holding out. If we notice that there's a couple $1 million tickets missing, we might have to scratch some of these guys off. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, we've got 2. We've had 2 of the 5 instant $1 million winners already. There's $6 million prizes total, but one of them is the one that's going to be won during that second chance drawing. But 2 of the 5 have been claimed. There you go. Very good.
That was the first one, correct?
That one was sold in Dorchester, which coincidentally enough is where the headquarters for the Mass Lottery is. But winner came in, got their picture taken with a nice cardboard cutout there. But we knew the game was going to be popular here in Massachusetts. We never, I certainly did not anticipate the national attention that this was going to get, and just even the awareness of the websites and shows that you guys have, or the Facebook pages and the fan pages, just the volume just really overwhelmed. And I've never heard this. I've been in the lottery industry for 10 years. I've never heard from any other lottery or just in industry news. I've never really heard about people really wanting to collect a certain ticket from a that's only available in one state. This is pretty unique what we're seeing here, and really appreciate all the attention that people like you and other people are giving this ticket nationally.
Well, the state of Indiana stole your idea because they're running them now, but they're just.
It was a race. It was a race to be first.
They're just $2 tickets. So.
We didn't want to lose that race. Now, I'm not sure. Have you heard about we also have a free promotional ticket that we're handing out only at special events. So every ticket is a winner. It's like I said, a promotional ticket. Like on the opening day, we were handing them out in all of our lobbies. We were at the Bruins game the other night handing them out, and everyone is a winner. It's either $1, $2, or $5. But those are also Jaws themed tickets that are probably I know for it, they are more rare than these ones that are for sale. So if you know anybody in Massachusetts and get their hands on one of those, it's a winner, but it's no more than $5. So if you want to keep that unscratched.
I technically know someone in Massachusetts right now on the show, perhaps.
Well, as you can imagine, these tickets we have our security protocols, and I do not have my hands on any of those.
And it's interesting that you said so. Was it last week announced that the second winner came through?
Yep.
For the $1 million.
Yeah, there you have it right there. The ticket was purchased down in Somerset, which is along the coast, kind of near Fall River, New Bedford area. Very, very much a fishing community. And lo and behold, person as you see it there is a former fisherman. So keeping with the theme, just keeps it's publicity person's dream. It just keeps getting better and better.
Sure. Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm
And,
happy if I win $2. I don't know what I'd do if I won $1 million.
Yeah, I would think for me, like I thought, okay, if I were to hit one for $10 and get my money back, I would feel like I did pretty well, honestly, in my opinion. That's just, I guess maybe being humble about it, but yeah, I mean, that's the curiosity is what keeps you going, and I'm sure it's what keeps selling these tickets. But as you said, it sounds to me like a lot of people are scarfing these up because they're just big fans, let alone lottery ticket people. Then I know good friend of ours, Donna Hogan, is on the show right now. She lives on Martha's Vineyard, and when I went up there, I actually gave her one of the tickets that I got from Falmouth. She said they've been having a hard time getting them up there, and once they're there, they go quick. And I know when I was walking around trying to get them, and I think it was the second day that they were selling, I walked into two or three places that said that they were sold out of them already. So it's a pretty cool phenomenon. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, and to illustrate the sales, we've talked about how rapidly they're selling. The first 20% of the tickets sold in just over 2 weeks. So over 1.6 million tickets sold just over 2 weeks. So it's every 20% that triggers the second chance drawings. I know we touched upon it at the beginning of the show, and you may already know it, but there's 5 second chance drawings, and that's where you enter the non-winning tickets. And in each of the 5 drawings, we're selecting 6 winners that are winning these trips for 2 to Martha's Vineyard for July of next year. And so we had the first 20% of sold. We had the first drawing. We're probably, you talk about availability of the ticket. The ticket we anticipate will be out of the warehouse, all inventory out of the warehouse by the end of May. So at that point, all the tickets will be in the field. And so places won't even be able to order them anymore, stores. So we'll just kind of have to keep monitoring, because sometimes what stores will have a few in whatever they hoard them. And then, but if they're not selling them, we try to get them to the stores that are selling through and selling more.
What is the percentage of people that send them for the second prize, the second chance winners? What's the percentage you get back?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's probably up of about, believe it or not, it's probably, this is a little bit of a guess, but about 50% or so. It's kind of surprising. You would think with a prize such as this. I would say in this ticket, I haven't seen the stats, but my guess is it probably is a little more than usual, given the real niche that it is, and the enthusiasm amongst the Jaws fan base. The other games, I mean, it's crazy, right? Some of them are $50 tickets or $30 tickets, and some have even had chances to win $1 million. But there's some people that just, for whatever reason, they don't want to do the effort. But then conversely, there are people who will collect them, from receptacles or being at a high volume store and enter them. Yeah. Well, it's easier now. So we've added a function. We have an app. You can download the app in any state, because there's no transactions, there's no purchases. But in the Mass Lottery app, if you set up a player account, you can scan your tickets to see if they're winners or not. And if it's a non-winner, it automatically goes into your account and entered as a second chance. So in the past, you could scan to see if it was a ticket, but then you would have to go through the process of entering the ticket. Now it's just kind of all one-stop shopping. You scan to see if it's a winner. If it's not a winner, then you automatically enter into the second chance.
Can you send in, let's say I won $1? Can I send that ticket in, or are they void if you've won?
But no. So for second chance drawings, only non-winning tickets are eligible. So if it's a $1, even if you don't want the prize, that ticket would not be eligible. It would be flagged and be not be eligible for that. But if you win $1 and you have a ticket out where you are, you can mail it in to us with your 50 whatever cent stamp and get $1 back if you want.
Well, one of our group members, our Jaws 50 group, who worked on the film, won $500.
Yes.
You should have him do a commercial.
Well, that's
Marty
appropriate.
Milner, there you go.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe our social media, get them on our social media. Happy to, if you want to pass them, send their email.
I'll send you his contact information.
Yeah, either way. Yep.
Awesome. Our other co-host here, Jenny's hopping on here to join us this evening. Hello,
Hi, Jenny.
How are we? Don't have any sound, Jenny. No audio. That's awesome.
That's technology.
That's yeah. Just be with us here.
I'll just go through some while we're waiting. I'll just go through some
Yeah.
of the other highlights of the trip we talk about. So it's a 3 nights at the Harborview Hotel. I mean, we're talking it's at least $1,000 a night, I think, to stay at that hotel at that time of year.
Yeah.
The people are getting like luxury car service to and from the ferry, obviously the ferry to and from the island, getting breakfast every day, a welcome toast and a dinner with entertainment at the hotel. There's going to be a taste of the vineyard dinner at the Harborview lawn, $1,000 in spending cash right there. Then Jaws branded welcome gift, a Jaws Island tour with custom guided bus across the island, a private Jaws movie screening at the hotel, and then a shark infested waters theme party on the Harborview lawn. So that's just
nice.
Well, quite an itinerary.
Nice.
For
I did a couple bus tours at the last Jaws Fest. If you need a host. Yeah. That's just great. I just think it's amazing. We were talking before you came on. Next Thursday is the 50th anniversary of when they started filming, May 2nd, 1974, and it's just amazing. I don't think maybe Star Wars is the only film I can think of that continues to have this kind of impact. And Jaws lottery tickets, I never would have. I've seen others. I think we had over in Kansas a Game of Thrones, but it was just it's a great tie-in, and it's great. The fans love them.
Yeah, and to think about it with Star Wars, I mean, part of the reason why that has kept on going is because they kept making more movies. So the fact that Jaws is doing it without the new wave of films over the last 10 or 15 years is pretty remarkable.
Oh, I saw something on Twitter today that supposedly Rob Zombie's going to remake Jaws. Yeah, that'll never happen. Rob Zombie will disappear, sadly, before he remakes Jaws.
I can't imagine Spielberg would be too big on that. Yeah.
No.
So interesting. So you were talking about winners that win the trip to Martha's Vineyard over to the Harborview, which is just trying to pop up there and keep relevant with our conversation. So how many total winners are they talking about?
Yeah, so it'll be 30 winners. So we've got 5 drawings, 6 winners in each, and then each winner has a guest. So there'll be 60 guests, but it's the 30 winners, each of the 30 winners that has the opportunity to go for that $1 million. But yeah, and a guest. So it'd be a total of 60 people. So even if you're not a winner, try to make friends with a winner.
Always a good policy. Right?
Always.
Have you yourself been over to the vineyard at all?
I have. I actually been a handful of times, not a ton, but actually before the renovation, I did stay at the Harborview Hotel one time. It was a much different rate at that time. I'll tell you that much. But the location was amazing, right there, perfect location, and been there for a wedding, and yeah, it's top notch, and it's such a beautiful place, as you know, in the summertime. I mean, in the middle of July, just can't beat it. The beaches, the restaurants, the ice cream, everything. It's so good.
I love it.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's quite the experience. Honestly, I think just about anywhere on the island, it really is a great experience if people ever get the chance to do that. Yeah, without a doubt. So you talked about trying to work things out with Universal as far as getting the tickets. What about working through with Martha's Vineyard? Were you guys tied in with like Chamber of Commerce over there? Like, what did you have to do then to kind of connect and put this together? Was there no connection? Was it something that you had to kind of bring them on board with? How does that work?
So we, as the lottery, did not have any direct contact with the vineyard in any way. It was really through our ticket vendor, and I think they have another vendor that kind of, like, as I said, works in the experiential prizes, and they were the ones that lined up the hotel, the bus tours, the various meals, and setting up the party. A lot of it you'll see is at the hotel itself. So it was all done through those third parties.
Now, here's a good question. If I win a trip, do they have to pay taxes? Like if you go on like The Price is Right and you win a car, you got to pay taxes on it?
Yeah, you do. So it's whatever. I forget what the value is assigned to that, but yes, but which is part of the reason why they get $1,000 in cash, like part of the prize. It's almost like it's kind of built in a little bit to the prize to kind of offset that a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and everybody, I think the minimum is 500. I think everybody who goes to the island who wins the trip and competes for the $1 million, everyone, everyone's going to get at least $500.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going back through the comments and see if anybody had any questions for you here.
I do see one or two people said that they've had some winnings on some of their tickets. Donna said she had $100 coming through on her, so it sounds like some of these are
Here's
paying
a
off. I'm working.
Question for Christian: how is the prize of $1 million given out? Lump sum or yearly payouts?
Yeah, so the instant prize, you have a choice, which is kind of the same with all of our tickets. It's it's either if you choose the cash option, it's $650,000. Then the taxes are taken out if you get it up front. If you choose to take the $1 million, then or if you choose to take the annuity option, then you get 20 annual payments of $50,000 with the taxes taken out. Okay. It's about 29% is taken right out off the 24% federal currently, and 5% for the state. I believe that's the same on the second chance prize, the $1 million prize. I believe it's the same option of the cash option or the annuity.
Okay.
Sure. And this is all. I mean, you are essentially a part of the state of Massachusetts, right? This is more or less a division of the state. This isn't a separate entity, I'm assuming.
Sure. The Mass State Lottery is under the auspices of the state treasurer. Treasurer Deb Goldberg is the current state treasurer. And so there's multiple different agencies within Treasury, and the lottery being one of them. It was found, the lottery itself was created in 1971. We sold our first ticket in 1972. And then actually in 1974, we made history then as the first lottery to introduce a scratch ticket of any kind. So prior to 1974, New Hampshire was the very first lottery ever in 1963. And then a lot of lotteries followed kind of in the early 70s, but it was all kind of numbers-based, draw game type games. And so we were the first to offer any kind of scratch ticket. So we're celebrating our own 50th. 2 years ago, we celebrated our 50th anniversary just in general of the lottery. And then this year we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the instant ticket. And we have a kind of a fun little ticket plan for that too.
Very nice. Very nice. And I caught some video clips here and there. I mean, you guys had a really big kind of almost like a kickoff party for this, really pushing this through. I saw quite a bit of promotion going on. People were able to come into the building, and it was like first 200 people or something like that were able to enter. Is that something that you typically do to promote every time that you have a different type of theme? Was this something you just tried to really do to push this through? Like how does that typically work? Or look, is what I should say.
Yeah, this was new. This was really a first kind of in recent years. I mean, there's been kind of 20 years ago when we first introduced like a Red Sox ticket or Patriots ticket. We had a kind of a bigger event for those when those were new, because at the time it was the first Major League Baseball ticket. It was the first NFL ticket. So this one, there's also kind of a friendly competition within the industry. There is a best instant scratch ticket of the year that is given out every year, and each year we submit something every year, and this one is clearly going to be the one we're going to
pretty sure you're the winner
submit this year. And so just what we've observed, we won it about 10 years ago with our first $30 instant ticket. It was not licensed, just as a $30 ticket, but so definitely something that we're always thinking about. And part of the resume for those is to build up these experiential things, unique things beyond the ticket, unique prizes, unique events. So what we did was at our headquarters, as you noted, we had the first, I think it was 150 people got one of those free promotional tickets I was talking about. And then they could enter in, we call it Cash Wheel Live. So Cash Wheel Live is something that we've started. We've done it. We did it at Halloween week, a couple of weeks, or Friday the 13th up in Salem, Mass, around that when there was a lot of people downtown. We've done it at a minor league baseball game. We did it during our 50th anniversary, but yeah, we drive people to the events, or, drive people to come to these events, and then they can enter, and we select 5 people from the drum, and they get to spin the wheel and win whatever the cash prize is. And then we make it interactive, or make it for people at home too. So people sign up ahead of time. We also select a name from the online entries. And so the person that's spinning in person is winning a cash prize for both them and the person that's online. So we had great coverage. We had every TV station in the market had a TV camera there, extensive coverage. It was interesting. So like a month prior to that was when we first made it public that we were going to do the ticket. We have a monthly commission meeting, a public Mass State Lottery commission meeting. And that's where we first announced the ticket. And one person wrote a story about it. And then after that, everybody was asking, oh, did I miss a press release? Did I miss a press release? It's like, wow, we just announced it at this meeting. And then so we got big wave of attention back then. And then sent out the press release, sent out the media advisory for this. And we got an even bigger wave. And as I said, the TV cameras covering it. The state treasurer was there to participate as well. So it was really well attended and well received event. I mean, it was overwhelming, the number of people and fans, and pretty much everyone wearing some sort of Jaws merchandise, paraphernalia, some creative hats and shirts, and you name it.
So next year, Jaws 2?
Well, you never know. I mean, we'll see how this. You always the instant that kind of the first this tremendous success we've seen here in just the first few weeks, the first month that the ticket has been on sale. That happens with a lot of tickets, and then the key is, can we sustain it? Will we sustain it? For this one, I absolutely think we will, because it's a limited run, because it's such an amazing prize that I think we'll have no problem. And if it does prove to be that way, and if the event lives up to what it looks like on paper and what it sounds like on paper, then it would seem that it's worth pursuing possibly another one. Probably not right away 1 year later, but maybe another year later or so. Yeah, I think it could have some additional life.
2028's the 50th anniversary of Jaws 2. So, yeah.
Good to know. So you perceive, at least right now, I would assume this ticket sale is going to continue. Like, did you guys decide to cap when you're going to call it quits, or you're going to kind of wait to see how this goes as far as longevity?
Well, yeah, we were very calculated in really figuring out what's the right amount of tickets for this, kind of projecting sales, and what all needs to happen. We need to be able to conduct the 5 drawings, obviously, enough in advance of the event. So having already had the first drawing, second drawing will probably come sometime in May. That we're definitely on a good course to comfortably conduct all the drawings in time. So one thing it's a little unique to this. So in a game with $1 million grand prizes, the ticket typically stays on sale until all of those prizes are claimed, or no more tickets are available to sell. So in this one, even when and if the $5 million instant prizes are all claimed, we will continue to sell this ticket because of that $1 million prize in the second chance drawing. Because the ticket says chance to win $1 million. Well, if all of them were instant prizes, then you wouldn't want to sell it anymore, because you don't have a chance to win $1 million anymore. But because of that second chance element and the non-winning tickets, then we'll be able to continue to sell it even if all the $1 million prizes are claimed. I have to imagine there's a lot of people this is very unique to a ticket, that are probably excited or glad when their ticket is a non-winner, which is crazy because it's like, well, another chance to enter the second chance drawing.
So I guess a question. So what happens? Let's say, you printed 8 million tickets. Let's say you had another promotion. You printed 8 million tickets, but you only sold 7 million. A, what do you do with the old tickets? And B, what happens if the big prize hadn't been claimed.
Yeah, so it does happen periodically sometimes. So if an instant prize is not claimed, it could be, believe it or not, some people just they'll miss it, whatever. They just won't realize it's a winner. People, some tickets end up, if they're kind of stolen, if there's a theft at a store or something like that, tickets sometimes have to be just invalidated and then are never sold. They could end up there. So it does happen, not very often, but it does happen from time to time. But in terms of this game, so if all the prizes aren't claimed, if let's just say that sales were to slow down and wouldn't normally trigger the next second chance drawing, there'll be a time, I don't know exactly when it is, but we'll conduct it. Obviously, we'll conduct the drawing to make sure that everything, we get all the winners before the trip. But I think it's pretty safe to say we'll be pretty far along, if not totally sold out for this one.
I predict by the end of the summer.
We'll see. Yeah, we've got to try to get involved in some events.
School gets out and all the tourists and all the Jaws fans head up to the
Head up to the island, sure.
Yeah.
Janie, do we have you back? Do I hear Janie talking?
I don't know. Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
We do. We hear Janie talking.
We have a voice.
Hello, Janie.
You have to understand, I'm probably the one that runs the mouth the most, and they're not used to me being quiet, Christian.
That's right.
So, yeah. So, and I was going to come on and ask you a question, actually, like, what is the kind of best coin to scratch these suckers off? Because I've got a gold dollar one. I've got a dime. Which one's best, brother? Because I need to win some money.
Yeah, I think I have one somewhere back here. You get the little ice scraper ones. We've got these. Have you seen those? They look like a mini ice scraper.
No. Oh, so it's an official tool to scrape these guys off?
Looks like an ice scraper.
More or less?
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Nice.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
My address is 5214. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Well, it's so funny. I was at an event recently this past winter, and we had all these. It was like a lottery coin. It had like the lottery emblem, and was on a keychain. And people would be like, "Oh, the keychains, yeah. Can I take one?" Or they weren't even interested. It was a keychain, and then we said, "Oh, but you can scratch your scratch tickets with it," and their eyes lit up. It's like all of a sudden the value proposition went incrementally up when they were informed that you could use it as something to scratch your scratch.
It's all in how you promote it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, then it was like, I'll take 3.
Yeah. So I have Nate was very kind to send me one when they went to the vineyard. And I'm scared to death to scratch this sucker. I just don't want to do it, but yet I do want to do it. And I don't know should I do it tonight when I'm on the air with you guys?
Scratch it.
Yeah. Do it.
There we go. Live run. I have to confess, I'm sitting on like 9 or 10 yet. I would gladly scratch one this evening. We went a little overboard. We haven't handed them all out yet, but yes.
I only got one.
Oops. Well, I've got others here.
A birthday lottery ticket. You hear that? And Christian's my witness.
We can do that.
All right.
The tickets look so good. Even like even just on this camera right now, the shimmering water. It looks so good.
So I tell you what, Christian, if you would, so maybe that's what we'll do. So I have a ticket here. So I've had a couple of people question me and say, what's the best way to go about doing it? Should I scratch off the bonus spot first? Do I go and hit my numbers? So I'll scratch one off here. Question is there a best way, or does it really matter?
It's really a personal preference. We put it on social media every once in a while. How do you scratch? What's your favorite way to scratch? It's funny. Some people will just do the number and not the value at the bottom. Like they don't want to see what the value is. Some people will do all the kind of the winning numbers and then the your numbers. Some people will do the reverse. They'll do the your numbers and the winning numbers. Some people will uncover the prizes. Some people won't. Some people scratch every last speck of the covering.
Because I'm kind of thinking if I scratch everything, then I'll know whether I've lost or won something.
Sure.
Yeah.
You
You know,
know?
some people will do maybe like they'll do like one of the winning numbers and then all the your numbers and then do the next one. It's just, all personal preference. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Whatever feels good.
I know, but
Whatever
it
you like
almost
to
seems
do.
sacrilegious to scratch it off because it's just so pretty and it's so commemorative for us. So I think Nate owes me another one.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll scratch one off now, and I will send you another one, so you don't have to scratch yours off. How's that sound?
Okay, you're forgiven.
All right. All right.
Janie,
Okay.
where are you checking in from today? Where do you
I
live?
am actually in Knoxville, Tennessee. But I do go to Massachusetts a lot. And actually, my new coworker, I'm a nurse. So my new coworker is actually from the Springfield, Mass area. And so I told her, I said, I got a Jaws lottery ticket. And automatically, where'd you get that from? I want one. How'd you get that? She's jealous.
Yeah. That's good.
How you doing, Nate?
Well, so no win on the bonus yet, guys.
Okay. All right.
But I'm hitting my numbers at the top. So the numbers are, I would assume, like the next big one. I would assume. So I'm scratching off the anchors. So you guys that have these things, you have a row of anchors along the top.
Right. You have
Okay.
the anchors. Okay.
Right. You have the anchors along the top, and I'm scratching those off, and those are giving me some numbers. And then I would assume what I'm doing is I'm looking down to see if I can match up those numbers.
Okay.
And then that'll tell me the amount. Does that sound right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. All right. So we got a handful of numbers. We've got 29, 28, 24, 13, 14, and 11. All right. So I'm going to start going down through the buoys here. And if this lights up a million, I'm going to scream like a schoolgirl. I'm saying that right now.
No. Play it really, really quiet, and then just tell Jen you're going to go for a run. And then
I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah. What's the joke? Guy comes home and says, "Honey, I won the lottery. Pack your bags." And she goes, "Oh, where are we going?" He goes, "I don't know where you're going, but I just won the lottery. Pack your bags."
All right. So far, I don't have a house in East Chop just yet. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
But did you win an ice scraper?
I did not. I'm using a pair of scissors. Is what I have here. I don't have a quarter. That's how broke I am. I can't even scratch this damn thing off with a coin. I'm using a pair of scissors here. Let's see what happens.
If he doesn't win anything, send him the mini ice scraper. That way he feels like he's done something, Christian.
All right. So far, not hitting any numbers just yet. Hitting a couple that are close. Nope. Couple single digits. Wait, is that a 22? Is that a winner? No, off by one here.
We are not gambling together. You know that, right?
17. Oh, listen, I do not. Yeah, I don't have. Yeah.
Have you ever done
Go ahead.
Has there ever been a Jaws slot machine? Have you ever seen a Jaws slot machine?
I have.
No.
I have. In Vegas.
Yes, there's one at the Hollywood in Kansas. Over in Kansas has them.
Oh yeah.
Las Vegas
Well,
had one. There was a whole row of them.
I don't have them off yet, but I just hit for $50.
Woohoo!
$50 winner.
Right.
Nice.
$50 winner.
All right.
I'm looking up.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner. That's right. I hit for $50. I am going to take that. That's incredible. This is the first one I scratched off. Now, my wife scratched one off. We had them for about 5 minutes, and she had one scratched off, so I knew I had to hide the rest of them because they wouldn't last long. So
the question is, you're going to keep the money? You're going to buy 5 more tickets?
Yeah.
That's the question. Well, I'm in Pennsylvania, so I believe I'll be mailing it in. Let's see here.
How long do you have to redeem them?
It's all dependent on what's. There comes a point once the game is, pretty much sold out, or all the top prizes are claimed, where we declare an end of game, and we make an end of game announcement. We notify players. It's on the website. And then once that end of game announcement is made, you have a year from that date. So this one, I'm trying to think the end of game. It might not be till, I'm not sure how it's going to work with because of that $1 million prize at the end, if it's going to be after that or what. So.
Oh, there you go, Nate. You could cash it in in 2025. You could cash it in at Jaws Fest.
Yeah, you could definitely. I mean, at this point, we know that the ticket is going to keep going for, for a few more months.
Right. So I will say I started to panic a little bit because number 27 was $1 million, and I had both numbers 28 and 29, so I was close on that one. But $50, I hit for $50 right there. Number 22,
wow,
$50. Look at that!
Buddy.
Good job.
There we go. I'll take
right.
that.
They're going to use you in a commercial now. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. See, look at that. All right. Luck of the Irish. I'll take that. Awesome. Very cool. That's exciting here. So the question is, how long do I wait now that I have fever before I burn through the rest of these puppies? See what happens. We'll see what happens.
Christian,
At any rate,
thank you so much for coming on. We had a great, this was fun, especially the big reveal there. I like that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
As if we like staged it. I love it.
And I'll send you Marty's info, the Jaws crew member that won, because that's they're right.
It was Marty Milner.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Marty Milner hit for $500.
I did movie marketing for 20 years, so that writes itself. When I saw that post, I was like, oh yeah, that's a commercial.
Well,
you really can't make that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marty Milner, Christian, was one of the head carpenters who helped build the sets for the movie, and also helped build and maintain the orca and the sharks for the movie. So pretty incredible. We interviewed him a couple months ago. Yeah. So full circle.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Christian, thank you again. If you're watching, Christian is sending some promotional items from the lottery. We will be doing a giveaway on the page.
Yay!
On this page and also the Jaws 50 page. And thank you in advance, Christian. This was great. We had a great time. Love to have you come back next, maybe at the end of the summer and see how everything turned out.
Yeah.
We'd be happy to have you. And
yeah, absolutely.
Anything, if you want to, you get a message out or something, you guys are announcing something, feel free to, put a press release in the email. We'll get it out there.
Oh yeah, we'll help out all the way.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. All the publicity that you have been giving us and the ticket, and really just helping, just kind of generated the interest, the buzz, and we really thank you.
Well, between our member pages, we have over 200,000 fans, so we get the message out.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have it.
Well, they're getting it loud and clear. I can tell you that.
Perfect.
Very good. Awesome. All right. Well,
all right.
Christian, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate you joining us. And look forward to. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Bye.
Good night.
Take care.
Good night.
All right. Hey, that was pretty cool.
That was awesome.
Pretty exciting. Yeah. And I hit for $50. Let me tell you something. I have never won a damn lottery ticket in my life, so I'll take that.
little small steps to big wins. There you go.
Luck of the Irish, like you said.
That's what I said. Luck of the Irish.
Slancha.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Very cool. So there was someone asked about getting tickets out of state. I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Victor or someone. You can't mail in or order them and have them sent to you. You literally have to buy them in state. In fact, I know when I went to purchase them, and I don't know if that's just the store I stopped at or everywhere. I was even told it had to be cash only. They wouldn't even take a credit card for them. I would assume that was the store I was at, but I don't know that. I couldn't confirm.
No, I think you can use a debit card because that money comes out. Your money comes out right then. But I think that way, if you're using a stolen credit card or something like that, they have a little he uses a debit card, it doesn't work, then right there they know the funds aren't there.
Right.
Sure.
Or if
Yeah.
you have a friend in Massachusetts that can get them for you and mail them,
Yeah.
there you
This
go.
is true.
Yeah.
This is true. Yeah. Either way, it was very interesting, and I love the fact that he said that this has become a phenomenon that they haven't seen before, and it just really holds true to the testament. I mean, we're going on 50 years on one film, possibly two. The first two films, and I mean the fact that it's creating a surgence like this and something that they haven't seen before. That just to me it just blows my mind, but it also solidifies what we're constantly talking about.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it really does. And so that's quite impressive and quite amazing. Yeah, without a doubt. Um, we are kind of rounding out the hour here. And a couple things, just one last time, you guys that were throwing some comments up, we are trying to monitor. I cannot bring them up on the screen tonight, but throw your comments up. We're glad to try and do what we can with those.
Excuse me.
So, and we did have one or two things we were trying to kind of hit on in addition to the lottery. And we started to talk about the fact that we're just a couple days away from the actual 50th anniversary of the shooting. That's kind of where we stopped right before we jumped in. So, you know, you fans at home start looking around, start posting some things up. You guys have any cool pictures or cool footage? I was just reminded of this last night. Um, I was sent a copy of someone's home footage, and names always evade me, as you guys know. And there was a lady who lives on the island whose kids, and I believe her husband,
Flagger. Carol.
yes,
Carol
Flagger, Carol Flagger, and I was just
Carol.
watching
Miss Carol.
her footage last night, and it honestly, other than some of the clips that made its way into The Shark Is Broken and some of the documentaries, I hadn't seen some of those, and so it was kind of neat as we touch on the base that 50 years ago they started filming this thing. I just thought it was kind of a cool connection there. So, if you guys have anything along those lines, post it up, either page, both pages. Share with us. It's always neat for me to see things pop through that I hadn't seen before.
There was someone that I had responded, I think, on the Jaws 50 page that said either her brother-in-law or somebody was there when they were filming and had no idea what it was about, but he was there when they started filming. I said, I would love to see any kind of stories or whatever. So yeah, I think Mike even responded or somebody else responded, but that'd be kind of cool. Hey,
Yeah,
we
very
were
much.
at the beach one day, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, here comes this big shark fin, but we didn't care. We were out swimming. We didn't care. Stuff like that. We didn't know what it was. We went and got a hot dog.
Hey, my feed's picking up here, so I'm grabbing some comments here. So a lot of people thanking Christian for coming on. I thought that was really nice to him come on and spend some time with us. Very cool. Got a couple people saying hello to you, Janie. Now that we can hear you.
Hi, guys.
So quite a few people saying hi to you. Sonia just sent a hi. Wondering how you were doing. Good to see you. So yeah, always glad to have you back, Janie. And Janie, not to put you on the spot, but how was your birthday?
It came and it went.
Yeah, they always do,
I to be honest, I really didn't have anybody here. I didn't have anybody to do with anything with, so I just
Sure.
Yeah, it came and it went.
All right. Well, fair enough. Well, happy birthday. We were thinking about you.
Thank you.
Another year closer to 30.
Exactly.
And
so,
then some. What are you talking about? So if anybody's interested, I just turned 52 last week. A week ago.
Baby. Baby. 52.
Listen,
I was gonna save you.
Here's my skincare routine. It's called Estee Lauder, rum, and Coca-Cola. Okay, that's it.
My skincare routine is called I sit back further from the camera on a Thursday night, so you can't see that.
You're so bad. Okay, no, that's just wrong. That's wrong. No,
I'm like Sybil Shepherd. I have a piece of gauze in front of the camera, so it looks softer.
It brings out that really natural glow, and it gives you that really great aura when you're on camera, Mike. You know, it's very, very ethereal.
It's called shine. It's called shine. You get one of those big powder things.
Hey, we might know a good makeup artist. Okay, we can fix that.
That's true.
That's true. We know some good makeup artists.
I hope we
okay. So
we get a lot of comments. I posted a picture of the sculpture he did, the back of the Orca, and I'm thinking he's got to do something. He's got to do something even grander for the 50th.
You know, when I saw him when we saw him at Scarefest, he asked me. He says, "Are you going to be there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to sell a kidney, but I'll go." And he says, "Oh, that's okay." I have to say, I am very proud to reach the age that I am. I am 2 years out. I'm more, older now. I'm wiser. I think I have great friends with this platform. So thank you guys for all the birthday wishes that day. It really meant a lot.
Good.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And that's where you and I differ because, according to my wife, I am not any wiser. I'm just older, maybe even a little dumber. I don't know.
You're $50 richer though.
I am. So the age that I act and my intelligence level are off the table if she wants to go out to dinner tomorrow night, you know?
You were wise enough to use that scratch ticket, so there you go.
That's exactly right.
Just give her, when she asks, just give her the sad face. Go, no, I didn't win.
Oh my gosh! At any rate, Janie, yeah, happy belated birthday. I wasn't going to throw you under the bus. I was going to ask you. So now that you'll be able to drive past midnight, what are you going to do? I don't know about where you guys are, but in Pennsylvania, the big thing about hitting 18 years of age is you were no longer a junior licensed driver. You were now a regular licensed driver. You could drive past midnight. I don't know if did they do that for you guys? Yeah.
No, because I only take my broom out on Halloween, so I'm stuck at home.
Is it because of all the Amish out in their buggies after dark? What? They want you to run them over? I've never heard that.
It must be. Honestly, it must be a Pennsylvania. Probably like beer. Up until about 2-3 years ago, the only place you could buy beer was at a beer distributor. You know, we'd venture south or even Delaware. You know, you go to the gas station, you go to Walmart, wherever you want to go, and you could buy beer. In Pennsylvania, very, very tightly regulated, very old traditions.
Wow.
And so you have a junior. Well, my son. I mean, you have a junior license, so you're 18, which means you cannot drive past midnight. And so it's kind of like when you're 9 and you got to be home when the streetlights are on.
Right. That's how we were.
When you're when you're under 18, you got to be home before midnight. And then once you're over 18, and I don't know if it has to do maybe with the whole thing, maybe with drinking. With obviously it's 21 here, and the bars are open till 2, so they want to get the younger people off the streets. I have no idea, but it's still a thing.
I was a good girl. I was a good girl because I took care of my kid sister when my dad passed away. So I was, I never really drank until after I was 21, ever.
Right.
So I'm catching up now. I think I owe myself that.
Nobody likes a quitter, Janie. Just remember that.
Thank you for the support.
That's right. More instigation, really, but that's okay.
That's fine. That's okay.
Hey, joking aside, one more thing we want to touch on here before we call it a night.
Yeah.
And that is, if you guys haven't seen, The Shark is Broken. Looks like it's up for possibility of an award. When you guys want to give us some details on this? When is this going to happen? What award is it?
It's the Outer Critics Circle Award. They're the group. They're the theater critics that don't live in New York. So people in Connecticut, like that, they have nominated it as one of 5 of the best new Broadway play. They did not get any acting nominations, but the reason being, in my mind, is that they only give 5 nominations for everybody, male and female.
Oh, okay.
They don't break it down best actors, just best actor, the best 5 people.
Total. So the best
yeah.
5 actors total.
Yes.
Okay.
This Tuesday are the Tony Award nominations. I expect the best new play nomination, and probably Ian, and probably, and his name just went out of my head, Alex Brightman for Hooper.
Yeah, I mean, I like Alex. I like Alex a lot. He did so well in Beetlejuice. Yeah.
He was Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And then he was Mr. Schneebly in the School of Rock. So
School of Rock, yeah.
So I thought he was really good. Yeah. I thought they all were. I mean, each in their own right, they really sold the part. I think I had that preconceived notion that Shaw was just going to stand out above them all. And as amazing as he is, they really all held their own. Very solid.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, congratulations, Ian, on it. We're
yes,
very,
Ian and Joe Nixon for writing a great play.
Yeah.
And it is coming back in 2025 in May at a playhouse in New Jersey.
Yeah.
They've already announced that as their season. I don't know if Ian's going to be in it or what they're going to do, but
yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I would assume within proximity of New York City, but I would also assume those guys probably want a break, probably want to venture back home, do whatever. Yeah. So,
but even if Ian is not in it, go see it anyway. If you're in that area, if you're close to it, go and admire it.
Yeah.
Because it is a piece, that he has written, and I guess from the heart. And even though there's some conflict with it, it's still good, and it'll get you into that whole Jaws mood, So it's a good thing to go do.
And if you're in Middleton, New Jersey tomorrow on Wilson Avenue, ceremonially, whatever.
No, ceremoniously, yes.
Thank you. Gets renamed Van Zant Way.
Yay!
Yes.
Nice. For Billy and his lesser-known brother Stephen.
Stephen Van Zant, right? Yes. Guitar player for Bruce. Yes. Yep. Hey, couple of cool comments here, wrapping things up. So Sonia just says, hey, love the show again tonight. Great seeing you guys. And she has not seen Shark is Broken yet. So I know she's talking about traveling stateside at some point. So I don't know. Maybe she can kind of hit it timing wise. I'm not sure when she's going. So Victor said, I hope Ian Shaw, like his famous father, Robert, doesn't get snubbed for any acting nominations.
That's right. That's right.
That's very true. Yeah, absolutely.
See, I envision my dream of Jaws 50 will be at the Performing Arts Center there at the high school, 900 people in the audience, and the stage opens, and it's Ian Shaw doing the Indianapolis speech.
Oh.
That would just the whole we just send chills through the audience. So
very cool.
That's what I'm pushing for.
Yeah. And Mark Ames says to Mike, I like Jackson Holiday. He is going to be a good one.
He is.
Yeah.
Oriole talk.
Yeah. There we go. Awesome. And one quick kick over to you. Janie, this is from Kara, says, I'm the same as you, Janie. Lots of fuzzy navels in my 20s. After my 40s, I discovered my enjoyment of red wine. Yeah.
Oh, listen, This is what I usually tell everybody. I'll start with a tequila sunrise, and I'm going to end it with a tequila sunset. So just keep bringing it. So.
Oh, fuzzy navel's a drink. I just thought she had some hairy boy.
Oh, no.
Okay.
She's not talking about her dating. What's wrong with you? Care, honey. I'm so sorry.
Love you, Care.
Okay.
We can't take Mike anywhere.
We can't, but yet we want to just to see the show.
All right.
That's why Juanita would always do this. She'd just go.
He'll eventually he'll run down. Just let him go. Let him go.
Banners are going to die eventually, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Victor says happy 81st birthday, Al Pacino.
Oh, happy birthday, Day.
Yeah.
Say hello to my little friend.
Mark's a Red Sox fan. Go Fred Lynn. Big Fred Lynn fan.
Yeah.
And I played high school ball with Wade Boggs. So.
Oh, sweet.
Wow, really?
Sweet.
Ooh. Wade Boggs.
I don't think you can see it though, but it says it's a little glass baseball. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh.
But it says Boston Red Sox.
Red Sox. Ooh, aren't you a Reds fan?
I am so off of it because I'm not on my computer. I'm on my cell phone, but that's okay.
Oh, good. I don't have any favorite baseball teams. I grew up with a brother who was a phenomenal baseball player. Truly was on a state champion team. Incredible arm. Same as me. He's a lefty, but he batted right-handed. He was a first base player. He was amazing. However, he burned me out on baseball. He would play on 2-3 teams at a time. He truly was a very gifted athlete.
Wow.
I played baseball for like 3 years, and I can remember our ball field was up against Lancaster Avenue, which was the main drag heading into Reading. And me being the, stepson of a car guy, I'd be out in center field because even though I didn't pay attention, I had an arm. And I would hear a car go by, and I'd be turning around going, "Oh, look at the Camaro." And all I could hear is, "Jones, the game is over here. Get over here."
That's that HGTV again.
Yeah.
That was the end of my baseball career, so didn't have it.
That's his
knock on wood. I played baseball till I was 58.
Yeah, that's right.
Softball, baseball,
hardball. Yeah.
Wow.
I got to play with all the kids I coached when they got out of college. They still wanted to play. I got to play with them.
No, that's cool.
And then when I got older, I joined a over 50 league and wood bat. Had fun.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Yep. Still a talent trying to hit that thing, hitting the pilt, Yeah. Very cool. Well, all right, guys. I think we are going to wrap it up right there. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us and spending some time. And stay tuned. Not sure what direction we're going to go in yet. No matter what, we will be on next week, whether it's going to be on my page, whether we're back on our page, or might be some other destination. I'll be sending you the link to you guys, but be on the lookout for some type of message from us.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still going to be here. It just may be a new destination and a new home, but we're not going to desert you guys.
No, we are not going anywhere.
Same Jaws channel.
That's exactly right. And again, if you miss it or you don't see it, hop on YouTube, Mayor Vaughn Productions. All the shows are cataloged on there. Hop on there and subscribe. You can go back as far as you want through, I believe, last March. And if you want to see the prior shows, they're on, I believe they're just Let's Talk Jaws is the name of the YouTube channel there.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yes. Yeah. And the first 2 years are cataloged on there. So the entire library is out there. I often find myself going back and watching the old shows. I really do. Love them.
We have a library?
No.
Wow.
More
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
And Jay is back in New England.
Yay.
She's staying with her brother. So,
boy, if we could get her on, yeah,
that'd be like Steve Carell showing up at the end of The Office. I mean, it's like
it would.
Spoiler alert! If no of you haven't watched the last episode of The Office, or George Clooney at the end of ER, yeah.
Oh, that one there. Oh, that one got me.
Or at the end of The Flash. A lot of George Clooney cameos. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Quite the shocker with that one. Yeah. So, at any rate, we'll see. Be nice to make that happen someday. So, at any rate, thank you guys very much. Really appreciate hanging out, spending time with us as always. And you will see us next week, regardless. Just keep your ear to the rail or hand in the water, whatever you want to call it. Either way, we'll be there, guys. Take care. Fins up
Fins up.
I
from
can't do
everybody.
it. Oh, I can't. Oh, what handed?
You do one fin.
I can do one. And I just go
You gotta
in a
do it like this.
circle.
You gotta do it like this, Jenny.
There you
yeah,
go.
so like, yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. Have
Good
a
night.
wonderful week. Take care.
Good night.